Evening, everybody. Today is Friday, February the 12th. Sorry if my voice kind of comes and goes. Currently fighting a fun-filled sinus infection. So I've been down and out basically all week. Woke up Tuesday and just felt horrible. And with the way the temperatures were all day, there was no point in me coming to work because I would have been in the shop coughing on everybody. Sorry about that. I had to shut off the camera. Felt the coughing fit coming on. Didn't need that on camera. Anyway, it's gray. Gray skies, white ground. It's been an interesting week. The sun has not made an appearance since Sunday. Now, if you go back to, I don't even know the video order right now. The video where I'm digging the pond and trying to figure out how to run that box scraper, pan scraper, that was Saturday. This is Friday. It was like 70 degrees that day, 71. It was beautiful. Too warm for this time of year, but it was beautiful. And today's high, I think, was like 9 with a wind chill below 0. It's been this cold, oh, well, not this cold. It hasn't gotten above freezing all week. And I know some people are saying, oh, freezing, that's not bad. And some people are going, man, freezing, that sounds miserable. Every region of the country has a different measurement for where miserable is. You know, watching Instagram, Texans are freaking out because they're getting below freezing. They're potentially going to get close to 0. And they're nervous as hell. Midwest is talking, man, it could get to like negative 40 or 50. And they're starting to freak out. We're going to get to like negative 15 Sunday, and we're freaking out. So every region has a different level when you go, oh crap, we need to change something. And that's this week for us. So we're supposed to have these cold temps. Today's Friday. They're going to stick around till Tuesday. I think Wednesday we're supposed to hit 30. Hopefully we see the sun before then. But the big thing we've been dealing with around the farm, or I should say the guys have been dealing with around the farm, is water tanks. Keeping the cattle watered is by far priority number 1 right now. You don't want them on feed if they don't have water, because that'll just make the problem even worse. So what the guys have been having to do is check tanks a couple times a day. All of them are doing all right, except for one group in particular. Up on what we call the hill, the tanks are bigger, so it takes a bigger heater to keep them going, and we've been having hell getting them heaters working properly. I mean, look at how many are right there drinking that right now. So we just have to keep a real close eye on these water tanks when the temperature gets this cold. The next thing we have to do is keep the cattle comfortable. If the cattle are not comfortable, they are not gaining weight, which that's not good at all. So we've got stocks positioned at a bunch of different areas. That way they're easily accessible for putting out for bedding for them. Because Sunday night's supposed to get to like negative 15. Then you add in the wind chill. Then you add in the fact they're saying up to a foot of snow. It's going to be pretty miserable. So we got to do what we can to keep these guys happy. You can see they're all bunched up trying to stay warm. Oh. But yeah, let's go check out another feedlot. So these are the 2 tanks we are most worried about. Right there where those guys are drinking. And that one right there. These are our biggest tanks. They've got a different heater in them, which, come to find out, is adjustable temperature wise. So talking to the guys this morning when I got back from the doctor, they said they were out here most of the day yesterday working on these 2 tanks. They turned the thermostats, what they thought was up. There's no marking on the thermostat, just a black knob. No positive, no negative, no marking whatsoever. So instinctively they thought, well, you turn it to the right to make it hotter. I would have done the same. Apparently that turned it down, because in this morning the tanks were frozen solid. Well, not solid, but like the top of them were frozen. The tank over my right shoulder it had actually froze the float up so it couldn't turn on, and then the pipe froze. So when I showed up, Aaron and Cody were working on that one. They had the big, we call it the jet engine, the big heater blasting underneath the tank. They had the panel open, heat blasting under the tank to get everything thawed out while breaking all the ice. I stopped to help Glenn on the tank over my left shoulder, but when I got there, he had already closed everything back up because he had figured out if you turn the knob to the left, it'll actually make it hotter. So that one was just starting to thaw out. The pipe didn't freeze on it. But that's just some of the stuff we're dealing with right now. And all that being said, I'd much rather have cattle in these corrals right now than be the cow-calf guys out on pasture. I don't know if you can see the cows. And yes, I'm using cows correctly there. Clear over there by the highway, that's half a mile away. They either have to haul them water or find it from a house nearby to tap into. And then you got giant tanks, you gotta go break the ice a couple times a day. Those guys are working their asses off right now compared to us. And I would not consider what we're doing easy. So, again, that's why I've got zero desire to be a hot wire cowboy because of days and weeks like this. Moving on. So here is pin set number 3. We usually don't have any trouble with tanks here for the most part. All the tanks here are not heated. What they have is called an overflow. And it's a little valve you turn on underneath so that when the float shuts off, this thing keeps running a little bit of water. So that way your lines can keep moving water to keep from freezing. And then it just simply overflows the cap, which is a piece of pipe. So it'll just overflow and go down the drain. As long as that water can keep flowing, the tank is okay. If that water freezes up, then you're gonna have trouble. But while we're here, we might as well check on feed stock. Make sure we're looking good. So again, going back to all the feed videos, there's our wet distillers, our hay ration, corn. So hay and corn are gonna need next week. Luckily we got plenty of hay and feed here. Our corn silage is going quick, guys. I don't think that's gonna last. Feed's going pretty fast too. Wheatledge is going, but then again it is mid-February, so we should be three months. Well, that's scary to think of on a day like today. We're about 3 months away from silage starting. One last bunk here. Let me go check pin set number 4. Gonna need to get in there and scrape the pins next week. That manure, all them little clumps out there, man, that is hard on feet. Especially human feet. At least their hooves are made for that kind of abuse. We have to go out in there. That is what you call ankle breakers. Let's show you the drains on these guys. So these 2 pins drain through this little alley here. You see they put bales on the end of the pipes. Try and give them a little insulation. Just because they're really shallow right where they come out. And then these couple pins drain in this ditch over here. You can see they dug the ice out of them in the last day or so. Alright, let's go check pin number 4. And pin set number 4. This is the last of them. These guys are looking good. This tank up here is heated. So as long as we don't lose power, we're in okay shape. We lose power, we got a big problem. Because we lose our heaters and we lose the water. So, prayers that we don't lose power. But with that being said, guys, I'm probably just going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. 2 reasons. 1, I don't know what I would continue onto this video. And 2, I have no idea how long this video already is. Because I know I was rambling earlier. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope wherever you guys are this week, you are safe and warm, because like I said earlier, I don't care where you're at, for most everybody, this is one heck of a cold snap, depending on what your definition of cold is. So we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks.